Welcome back to G Fun Facts Online. Today, we're diving deep, not into the ocean, but into the mind itself. We often talk about evolution shaping bodies, giving a bear thick fur, or a bird the perfect beak. But what about the brain? It turns out, brains aren't just general-purpose computers dropped into different animals. Instead, each brain is a unique blueprint, custom-built by evolution to master its own specific world. This is the amazing story of how environments tailor minds. First, let's talk about reality. An animal's reality is completely defined by what it can sense. Take the weakly electric fish living in murky South American rivers. In that low-visibility water, eyesight is almost useless. So these fish evolved a superpower. They generate a weak electric field around their bodies and can sense any disturbance in it. This lets them see their world in 3D, even in total darkness. And their brains are physically different because of it. They have massively enlarged brain regions dedicated just to processing these electrical signals. It's a perfect example of a brain being shaped by its sensory world. This also means there are trade-offs. The brain is an energy-hungry organ, so you can't be good at everything. Studies on rodents show that species active during the day have larger brain areas for vision. Their nocturnal relatives, who operate in the dark, they have much larger olfactory bulbs, investing their brain power in a superior sense of smell. Evolution forces a choice, sight or smell. You can't max out both. Beyond just sensing the world, animals have to solve problems. This brings us to the cognitive toolkit. Think about food-caching birds, like the Clark's nutcracker. These birds survive brutal winters by hiding thousands of seeds across a wide area and then remembering exactly where they are months later. This incredible feat of memory is powered by a specialized hippocampus, the brain's memory hub. And what's fascinating is that bird species that rely more on caching have a bigger hippocampus than those that don't. Even within the same species, populations living in harsher climates have better spatial memory and a larger hippocampus than their cousins in milder regions. The environment is literally sculpting their memory banks. Then you have the absolute geniuses of the bird world, the New Caledonian crows. On their island home, delicious insects hide in tricky spots. So these crows craft complex tools from twigs and leaves to fish them out. Their cognitive abilities are so advanced, they're often compared to great apes. It's a stunning case of evolution arriving at the same solution, high intelligence, to solve a similar problem in a completely different species. For many animals, the most complicated part of their environment isn't a tree or a river, it's each other. This is the core of the social brain hypothesis. The theory is that living in large, complex social groups is a huge driver of brain evolution. Think about it. You have to navigate alliances, hierarchies, and deception. You need to remember who's who, who's friendly, and who holds a grudge. This requires some serious brain power, and the evidence backs it up. Studies show a direct correlation in primates. The larger the average social group, the larger the neocortex, which is the part of the brain responsible for higher-order thinking. This hypothesis is one of the leading explanations for why we humans have such unusually large brains for our body size. Our intelligence is deeply tangled with our history as a super-social species. Finally, what if an environment isn't just challenging but also unpredictable and constantly changing? That's where the cognitive buffer hypothesis comes in. The idea is that a larger, more flexible brain acts as a buffer against uncertainty. It allows an animal to learn, innovate, and come up with new solutions when the old ones fail. Birds with relatively larger brains, for example, are better at surviving in seasonal, unpredictable environments. They're more likely to invent new feeding strategies and are more successful at colonizing new territories. Intelligence itself is an adaptation to change. This has huge implications for understanding our own species, which has used its remarkable cognitive flexibility to thrive in nearly every environment on Earth. So from the electric fish's specialized senses to the food-caching bird's powerful memory and our own complex social minds, we see that brains are not blank slates. They are perfectly adapted, beautifully tuned instruments, sculpted by the unique pressures of their world. Every mind is a testament to the incredible power of evolution. Thanks for tuning in to G Fun Facts Online. We'll see you next time with more incredible science.